people now, all the bears, bring out the guys that have been calling for the crash, bring out the guys, all the skeptics, bring out the guys who've been saying that we're going to sell on the news and how we're kicking the can down the road. Bring out the guys with all of their reasons for the market to go down and ask them this question. What are you going to do about it now? What are you doing about it now? What are you doing about it now?
Joining me for our latest Economy 2012 series is international investor and author of A Gift to My Children, Jim Rogers. The Fed is widely expected to announce more stimulus this week, but will it actually help the U.S. economy?
No, Elizabeth, of course it won't. QE1 failed, QE2 failed. You really think it's going to work?
Just because you've got no money involved, but you want to fearmonger and tell everybody else to get short the market because there's going to be an inevitable crash, buy gold, buy silver, the market's going to crash. What are you going to do about it now? What are you going to do about it now, asshole? You have no consequences and no repercussions.
Jim, at some point this has got to end, right? And at which levels in the markets would you start thinking, you know what, companies look cheap enough for me right now to get back into equities?
I'm not sure I want to buy equities when the market caves in. I don't think equities are going to come out of this on top. If I had come on your show every week for 100 weeks in a row and everything I said to you was wrong, would you keep me on your show? Would you have any confidence in me? Would you listen to me?
Never in history has printing money made the fundamental change in any economy. Of course, it blows up a few sectors for a while, improves them for a while, but this is not going to solve our problems. This is going to make our problems worse.
Sound familiar, people? Whenever someone asks Jim Rogers, you'll notice his dramatics. Whenever someone asks him about, is this going to help? Is the Fed going to help? No, right? And by the way, what's the first thing you noticed when they showed both of these individuals? Did you notice the Jewish lady's boobs? Right? Did you notice that? Let's have a look. There we go. You see the boobs? Notice she's wearing this, I don't know, what is that? Looks like a girdle or something, some medieval girdle to pop her boobs out. If you think this is not intentional, if you think this is by accident, then you don't know how the media works. It's pretty obvious, right? Media wants to sell sex and they sell boobs, and writers and Associated Press, they have really stooped down to the lowest level over the past several years. And they used to be somewhat reputable, credible news wires. Now they're getting into the business of commentary and opinion analysis and so forth and manipulation. And now we see they're getting into the CNBC Fox Business News boob contest that I have discussed and written about on numerous occasions. These are things that you need to be aware of. You need to notice. You need to start paying attention. If you start to pay attention to things, you will be more aware of your surroundings. You'll be less likely to be fooled by charlatans. Of course, the easiest way to avoid being fooled by charlatans is just to tune out of the media.
So let me ask you, the last time you were here, you told me that, get ready for something along the lines of an economic Armageddon for 2013 and 2014. Do you think that the Fed is going to push the U.S. into recession?
Well, as long as they continue to print money.
Buy gold, buy silver, the market's going to crash. You fear-mongering asshole. You know who you are. Stop talking about the market's crashing.
Jim Rogers is a clown. Okay? Let me repeat that. Jim Rogers is a clown. Jim Rogers, you are a clown. You know you're a clown. You are a sensationalist, moron, extremist, idiot. And if you knew what you were doing, if you had all this money, you're such a great investor, you wouldn't line up like some homeless prostitute for every single media interview. And you wouldn't be writing stupid-ass books.
Author of A Gift to My Children, Jim Rogers.
real assets, whether it's silver or rice, whatever it happens to be.
Rice. Okay, so everyone, go out and buy some rice. That's how you're going to protect yourself. The guy's obviously senile. Rice?
Jim Rogers used to work for me. Since then, I don't think he has been such a great investor.
Jim, investors are worried about the European debt crisis, and some say Germany should lead or leave to stay.
Remove your top and shut up, okay? That's all you're good for.
And there you are, you're running for your life, you're a shooting star in all the years.
Certainly a lot of our viewers may have missed out on the housing rally and the stock rally because they're listening to you.
In one shining moment, it's all on the line.
That's where we would want to look for a sell-off or retracement, whatever you want to call it, down to the 16.6 to 16.4.
The time is short and the road is long. In the blinking of an eye, that moment's gone.
I think this is probably the worst case scenario for this trading cycle. It's going to be the 16,000.
'Cause inside you knew that in one shining moment you reached deep inside.
Jim Rogers used to work for me. Since then, I don't think he has been such a great investor.
Feel the beat of your heart, feel the wind in your face. It's more than a contest, it's more than a race.
Puts up the shot, and he hits it with 0.2 seconds to go. Wow! Harvard has stunned New Mexico. Oladipo from downtown.
Burke moves it down. 5 seconds. Fires for 3. And the game is tied.
All he kept saying, win the game. Win the game. Pretty special young man. Really, really proud of these guys.
In one shining moment, you reach for the sky. In one shining moment, you move, yeah. In one shining moment, you're willing to try. In one shining moment,
This is the point where he always hits it. Oh!
That's where we would want to look for a sell-off or retracement, whatever you want to call it, down to the 16.6 to 16.4.
To take the lead. There's the lob to Seba. Louisville completes the emotional journey to the championship.
Jim, at some point this has got to end, right? And at which levels in the markets would you start thinking, you know what, companies look cheap enough for me right now to get back into equities?
I'm not sure I want to buy equities when the market caves in. I don't think equities are going to come out of this on top. If I had come on your show every week for 100 weeks in a row and everything I said to you was wrong, would you keep me on your show? Would you have any confidence in me? Would you listen to me?
I have never lied to you. Never.
I'm Mike Maloney. We're all dreaming the same dream.
I have never lied to you. Never. I never will.
Our entire currency system is imaginary. It doesn't really exist.
The whole idea is to get out of the U.S. dollar, to get out of a currency that is on the verge of collapse, because the people who don't get out, they are going to be broke. They're going to be completely broke, and that is obvious.
I have never lied to you. Never. I never will.
I'm 100% convinced that anybody who has their wealth in U.S. dollars will be just as broke as the people who have their money with Madoff. It's not going to matter. It is going to be destroyed.
We're all dreaming the same dream.
I have never lied to you. Never. I never will.
Well, you know, I don't think there's any chance over time that I'm wrong.
Certainly a lot of our viewers may have missed out on the housing rally and the stock rally because they're listening to you.
I think it's an urgent matter for everyone who wants to get married to first go to Thailand, and maybe he will change his mind.
I have never lied to you. Never. I never will.
You have to understand the media is all about creating the illusion of valuable content so that they can sell you advertisements. That's what the media is about. Do not go to the media for investment, insight, or analysis. Ever. Ever. Stay away from the media.